to three counselors online. Do we have any other presence?
We have
chamber?
3 in person, sir. So we have a quorum. Mayor, can you hear me? Mayor, can you hear me?
There we go.
Yes. We're ready, sir.
All right. Well, let's get started. Now, before we get started, if anyone's interested in translation services, we do have those available. There's somebody probably sitting in the back. You can talk to we've talked about getting translation services. All right, with that being said, we're going to get started with this regular meeting of the Sunland Park City Council. Today is April 7th, 2026. It is 5:34 p.m. And we'll go to a roll call, please.
Councilor Milly Sandoval.
Present.
Councilor Armando Mata.
Present.
Councilor Raúl Telles.
Present.
Councilor Berta Salmón.
Present.
Councilor María Burciaga.
Present.
Councilor Alberto Jaramillo.
Present.
We have a quorum, sir.
All right, with that being said, we'll go on to the Pledge of Allegiance. If we can please rise for Pledge of Allegiance. Councilor Mata, we can lead us, please. Carl, I think I lost audio there. I'm doing a double check here.
Excuse me, Mayor?
I think we lost. I didn't hear the pledge, but I saw you stand up and sit down, so I figured you guys did the pledge.
Yes, we did, sir. Councilor Matt.
All right. Or if you guys didn't, you did a very great job of synchronizing your standing up and sitting down. At this time, if there's any item on the agenda which a member of the council or staff has a conflict of interest, you have the opportunity to express it.
None, sir.
All right, so hearing none, we move on to approve the agenda order. At this time, we're going to entertain a motion to approve the agenda order. Motion to approve. I have a motion on the floor. I believe that's Councilor Telles.
Yes, sir.
Is there a second?
Second.
The motion is seconded by Councilor Sunland. Discussion on the agenda order. Seeing and hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Abstentions? Motion carried unanimously. The agenda order has been approved. We go to public comment. There's 30 minutes available through the room of times per speaker. Do I have anybody sign up for public comment?
Yes, sir. We have Mr. Juan Fuentes.
Yes.
Go ahead, Mr. Puente.
Yes, thank you, Mayor, and good evening, councilors. I just wanted to address 2 items real briefly. First of all, I just wanted to introduce myself. My name is Juan Fuentes. I'm a lifelong resident of the city of Sunland Park. I retired from serving 27 years in municipal government, and also was a former city councilor for the city of Sunland Park back in 2004, 2008. And I wanted to kind of be here today just for you all to put a face to the name, because I'm also candidate for State Representative District 34. And I'm going to be visiting all of the districts and some of your constituents throughout the next 2 months. So I just kind of wanted to come in before you just put a face to the name. And just as a courtesy, in case if any of the residents contact you, if there's a crazy person out there planning out flyers, then yes, you're going to say, yes, I remember that person came before us. The other issue I wanted to touch briefly on is a more of a technical, but that affects the future of Sunland Park, and that is the issue of local control on the wastewater. As part of the initial discussions that I've been kind of looking at in research, and of course some of the questions that I get asked, for example, regarding the Jupiter project, there was an article in the paper that talked about the county taking control of the wastewater services. And I believe that's an issue that you all may be dealing with. But I just wanted to share that as a counselor who was here back in 2008 that dealt with the litigation for over 10 years to fight for the control of and retention of local control for our water, wastewater services in our service area, the right to annex. That was all part of that fight that led to the settlement agreement compromise that led to the creation of CRUA. But again, one of the things that we stressed back in that time when I was in the council, as well as the mayor and other officials that were there, was we wanted to have a seat at the table. We wanted to make sure we had that local control or be a partner. You know, obviously some of the articles that you read on the paper, you can never believe everything that is there. But I just wanted to bring that point as well, because again, as a former counselor and lifelong resident of Sunland Park, I do strongly believe in local control in order to protect the future of Sunland Park. Thank you, Mayor, and thank you, councilors.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Fuentes. Nice to see you again.
We have Mr. Daniel Carranco.
Okay.
Honorable Mayor, City Council members, ladies and gentlemen, Daniel Carranco, I'm the Parks and Rec Director. It's my pleasure to invite Mr. Javier Nunez, who's here from the public, to come up. Mr. Nunez is a member of the Authentic Car Club and the organizer of the Watcha tournament that we have here in Sunland Park annually in the fall. The Watcha tournament is unique to our region. It's one of a kind, and it's grown and it's become a real fantastic family event. This year we'll be having our 7th annual Watcha tournament. Mr. Nunez has a plaque that he would like to deliver to City Council in support because of the support the city provides in bringing this fantastic event to the public. So if you're interested in classic cars and in playing the sport of Watcha, I invite you to keep track of us and in the fall and visit us.
Good evening, Mayor, and good evening, City Council. My name is Javier Nunez. I'm the president of Authentic Car Club. I'm here today in behalf of my car club, Authentic Car Club, to present this plaque and thank you guys for all the support and the sponsorship that you guys have done for us in the previous years. This event was in 2025, October of 2025. We do have one coming up October 10th. It's going to be at the same place, the sports complex. We did integrate a car show on 2025. It was a success. It is a family-oriented event. We do have the Watcha tournament also going on at the same time with 64 players. It's 4 tournaments, so they get to fight for some trophies and stuff. And we get to bring in people from all over the city and surrounding areas, you know, El Paso, Chaparral, Las Cruces, Juarez. So each year it's getting better and better, growing. We do have a jumping balloon for the kiddos. We have a free mechanical bull riding. We do have a live entertainment and stuff like that. For those that don't know about us, we have participated the last 3 years in the Christmas parade here in the city of Sunland Park with the lowriders. We have also participated with the Grito de 16 de Septiembre at Elena's Park. We have supported the Senior Citizen Center here as well, feeding them in one of their tournaments. We brought some breakfast, burritos, 50 burritos, snacks, drinks and everything. And we plan to keep on, doing that with them and involving more in the city. But I do want to thank all you guys for making this happen, supporting us, being behind us, and extending that arm for us. You know, I really, really appreciate it. And I want to thank Daniel Carranco for all the headaches that I give him, and he's there with me every day, and he answers all my questions, and he's been great support, great support. This couldn't happen without him. I do want to thank also Dennis, Fire Marshal Dennis, for helping us out for this event. He's, of course, our inspector and setting up all our safety measurements for that event. Another person that's not here today, Javier Herrera. He's also a big part of this event, helping us out with the flyers. And he was our judge for the lowrider car show. So a lot of people helped a lot in this event, you know, but I do want to present this plaque and I want to thank you guys and hopefully we can keep on doing this in the future. Okay, guys? So here it is on behalf of Authentic Car Club. Thank you guys, okay?
Thank you, Tocayo.
You know,
Do we want to take a picture here with the city councilors that are present? And I do apologize for being there, but it is a great event that been there. I've done these ceremonial first toss. Didn't do well, but you know the point was made. But no, thank you for creating such an event that attracts both you know adults and kids to that park and creates more things for our community to do. So thank you for that. Fantastic. Thank you guys for you know bringing these type of events to the community. We truly appreciate it. Carla, do I have anybody else for public comment?
No, sir.
All right. From here, we're going to jump over to remarks and interest by the city council. I'll go ahead and go on in numerical order. I'll start with Councilor Sandoval.
Not on my end, Mayor. Thank you.
Councilor Mata.
No, I'm good.
Councilor Salmon.
Not at the moment, sir.
Councilor Jaramillo.
No, Mr. Mayor, thank you.
Councilor Murciaga.
Not at this moment, thank you.
Councilor Tellez.
Yes, sir. So first off, I want to say thank you to the staff and, well, city staff and crew staff that supported us during their first community, our major involvement for the community that was set up so people could understand the water system better. And I know we had the candidate for District 34 just mentioned, you know, a lot of those key points right there are unique to our area. We have to make sure we maintain that control over the water utility and keep the people involved, keep our communities involved, let them know what's really going on with their water system, which is be the main emphasis for the next phase that takes place for Karua. But again, thank you to all parties involved. A lot of great information shared. Even if we reach one family, that's one family more that's well informed about what their water systems are looking like right now at the moment. Again, thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Tellez. And then just a reminder, the NMED is also hosting a town hall meeting for the water at this very same time that we're hosting, I guess, our council meeting tonight. So that's probably an issue.
Absolutely, Mayor.
Yeah.
And I was going to comment on that one. So I am going to be chiming out here probably in the next 10 minutes where I'm going to be jumping into this meeting over here at the community college.
Thank you, Councilor. Appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
All right. And from here, we'll go on to presentations, parks and recreation updates and events.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Mayor, Mr. Carranco, if I may just interrupt you for 1 second.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Mayor, I just heard that there might be, I know at least Mr. Tellez will be dropping out. We do have 2 cases. Can I ask if you can ask if somebody else is going to be dropping off so we don't compromise the majority of the governing body for the 2 hearings? Thank you.
Do we have any other council that are thinking of leaving this one to head to the next one? Okay,
No, sir.
I think we're good so far.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you, Mr. Carranco, and I apologize.
No problem. Mr. Mayor, City Council members, ladies and gentlemen, I begin with a challenge. Riddle me this. We love art and culture. As a matter of fact, we built a sculpture for the city's art festival in 2025. Next, please. We love challenges, and although we may hesitate to adapt, we love learning, especially about technology. Next. We accept challenges like running a marathon. That won't stop us. Next. We volunteer at the Sunland Park's local food pantry. Next. Sunland Park's children are important to us. Next. We eat healthy. We exercise regularly. Next. And we love to dance. Who are we? Next. We are the senior citizens in Sunland Park. Next. The senior center. We have our vision, which is having a vibrant elderly community that celebrates the life and contributes to the community. That's important to us, having senior citizens that give back. Our mission is to provide our senior community programs that promote healthy aging, independence, and education. Our motto is for seniors and by seniors. Next, please. Please note this graph. If you notice in blue, the bars in blue, that's 2024 when we started. We've been operating for 3 years. In 2024, those are our numbers by month. Notice the orange bars, those are 2025 numbers. We had a 212% increase in participation by the senior community in Sunland Park. And if you notice the green bars, that's January, February, and March numbers. We're already exceeding those as far as participation this year. Next. One of the big difference makers is the meal program that, thanks to your support, ladies and gentlemen, we began in January offering hot meals to our seniors. Next. We also began our relationship and our collaboration with a great local agency, South Central Regional Transit. They provide now transportation services to our seniors, and as well as transportation to on field trips. Our seniors have visited the Museum of Art in El Paso. They've also visited recently the Holocaust Museum in El Paso. Next. A key to our senior citizen thriving in Sunland Park is the access to food, which they get through the Southern New Mexico project, the local food pantry. It's a food pantry local to Sunland Park. We're very blessed to have this agency and to have our own food pantry, which will also benefit from the construction of the Casa de Peregrinos building, which will be coming online in a few months. But if you notice, seniors are the ones that are serving at this food pantry. Seniors serving seniors. However, our senior citizen, as great as they are still vulnerable. If you notice, according to U.S. Census, Sunland Park has approximately 2,000 seniors. That's 12% of our population in Sunland Park is senior, and that is compared to 17% nationally and 19% in New Mexico. 33% of the seniors in Sunland Park are living in poverty. That's double the number in New Mexico, the state of New Mexico, and it's triple the number nationally. So it's a high poverty level. Carla, can you please go back one? There you go. Some of the challenges that we face as far as our senior community in Sunland Park is having modern bus stops, crosswalks, crime and vandalism. They suffer much from crime and vandalism because because of their age, because many of them live alone. They suffer from poverty, and so therefore food availability is very important. Public housing is another challenge. Trails with benches is very important to them. Home deterioration, programs that help with home repairs. Many of these seniors built these homes for their families, they raised them, and now they're alone again, but they haven't been able to keep up, and their homes are really deteriorating fast and becoming compliance issues. And finally, scams. They're very vulnerable to scams, but thanks to our technology program, Mamacitas Cibernéticas, they are becoming much more brighter and far and aware of these scams that are out there. Next, please. We are thriving because of the great support. That's the list of our supporters right there. And I'll touch on the top three. If you look, if you notice, we can't do it. It begins at the very top with our representative, Mr. Raimundo Lara, Representative District 4. He's been our greatest advocate and supporter. And then we have, after that, but not less, is Mayor Perea and Sunland Park City Council. I mean, your support is incredible, and we can't do anything without your support. So we thank you. You're key to the senior success here in Sunland Park. After that, South Central Regional Transit District, and then you see the list of all these organizations and entities that support the senior center every year in one way or another. Next, please. Programming, these are the programs we offer. If you notice, Mayor, we no longer have cooking classes because we're offering food now. So the first 2 years we survived on cooking classes. So there you go. Now that's how we have our lunch program, exercise programs. Look at all those classes. We've really taken a hit this year because before we depended heavily on nonprofits. But this recent year has become very difficult for nonprofits, and so we've had to find ways around for programming. We just don't have nonprofits anymore, and so there are a few, but we have to be creative and create other programming in other ways, and this is the programming we have right now. Next slide. This is our senior team, the senior commission. Ms. Mirza Pacheco, Laura Guzman, Angela Rios, and Olga Lepe. Ms. Laura Guzman, the chairwoman for the Senior Commission, is here with us tonight. She's joined us. Our volunteers are Lucia Hinojosa, Mary Lu Pacheco, Yesenia Leiva. It's a great team, and it's all born out of passion to serve. None of these volunteers or members are paid. They devote hours and hours every week to serving our seniors. Next, please. We really rely on capital outlay for any upgrades to the senior center, and I'm sure you've noticed the fencing and the activity going around the senior center, and that's because thanks to Mr. Lara, thanks to your efforts, Mayor in Santa Fe, City Manager, we are going to install new AC units. We're going to do a stucco shell on the outside, brand new, and then we're also upgrading our bathrooms. Next, please. The challenges we face right now are departmental structure and staff. We are working with our management team to identify what we need to do to address those issues in a timely manner. So I'll be bringing you an update later on as we get closer to the budget. We also, and there you go. Thank you very much. I'm just in the Parks and Rec. There's a team of two, myself and then Ms. Maribel Gutierrez, who is right now managing the senior center. She's been 9 years with the city of Sunland Park. She's a certified chief procurement officer. She is certified in grant writing USA. She's a graduate of UTEP, and I had to bring up, she's a single parent. and she cares for her elderly parent, which makes a big difference. She brings a lot of that. She's not only brings it to work at work, but she also sees it at home. And based on that love she has at home for her mother, she really appreciates what our seniors are going through. And so that type of passion and service is what's really at the core of all this thriving going on at the senior center, is Ms. Gutierrez. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, thank you very much for your support. If you have any questions, please let me know.
Any questions by the council?
God bless you and keep supporting us.
Thank you.
Bueno, I do have one quick question, Daniel.
Yes.
I know you provided some statistics about the population demographics. How does that compare to the rest of the city of Sunland Park?
It is 12%, Mayor. 12%.
Right.
So as far as the poverty, is that what you mean? Like statistics?
Well, I guess in the makeup of the rest of the city of Sunland Park.
The city of Sunland Park is predominantly young. The majority of Sunland Park is 31 years of age. And so we're seeing young families, which our senior population is 12% of that. It's still up there compared to other communities. Las Cruces is 17%. And so what really raises a brow is the poverty level of our seniors here in Sunland Park at 33%. And so that's, like I said, that's double the rate of New Mexico and triple nationally. And so I don't know if that answered your question, Mayor.
It gets to some of it. Now, a second part would be you identify some of the needs for seniors or the housing improvements. Complicated to do direct funding from the city for things like that. But have you identified resources that we could tap into, that we can apply for to help seniors in that component?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for asking. There are programs at the state level through HUD as well that can help. It's all a matter of funding, of course, the amount of funding that these programs receive, but we need to make those connections. One of the things that we see at the senior center that we need to develop if we get more staff, as we get more staff, is the social component for seniors, because that's one factor. Senior centers need direction. They need access to programs. They need us to connect them, the information. Many of these seniors, one of the biggest challenges we're facing right now is having seniors renew their ID. They're afraid of the application. They're afraid of being rejected because they've lost their eyesight is not the same anymore, and so they haven't renewed their IDs. And so we started working with our MBD department to orient our seniors, educate them about the importance of an ID. And so, yes, sir, to answer your questions, we need a social component to our service and to be able to connect seniors with these programs that are available at the state level.
All right. And one final thing, that's just a comment on my end. I know you mentioned that we're no longer doing cooking classes, but I think that would be another activity that we can continue to support because it provides another activity, and there's always an opportunity to learn.
Right.
Like one thing at the last food pantry distribution that was held at the city of Sunland Park, I know for some, it was a lot of food that was being given away. And there's no way one person can eat that amount of food. But maybe doing it how to can, teach people how to can, do canning, so that they can preserve that food and keep it, lasting longer in their pantry. So maybe it's not cooking, but preserving food for longer term use, and things like that. So I just want to throw that out there.
No, that's a great recommendation. I'll write that one down, Mayor. This was done through a third party, and so you usually see with these distributions by third party, like Project Jupiter or Oracle. Not that it's ill intention or anything, but it's just massive amount of food going out, which is awesome. But it brings up issues like you said. Our local food pantry, they're limited. They're limited in their funding, and so they break down everything into the food groups and amount of calories and proteins and everything that. And so all that is taken into consideration. It's still a great packet that citizens get, but I do see the difference. And yes, sir, I'll follow up on your recommendation.
Sounds great. Thank you, sir. Appreciate your guys' time and the volunteers for their time at the senior centers. Thank you all. All right. Moving on with the rest of the agenda at this time, we go on to the consent agenda. Items on the consent agenda are considered to be routine and will be enacted when motionless and council requested item be discussed and voted on separately. At this time, I would entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion on the floor by Councilor Salmon, seconded by Councilor Jaramillo.
Yes.
All right. Let me have a roll call vote on the matter, please.
Councilor Alberta Salmon,
Aye.
Councilor Maria Burciaga,
Aye.
Councilor Milix Sandoval,
Aye.
Councilor Armando Mata,
Aye.
Councilor Raúl Telles, Councilor Raúl Telles,
It looks like we may have lost him to the other meeting at this
Yes.
time.
Councilor Alberto Jaramillo.
Yes.
Motion carries, sir.
Motion carries unanimously. The consent agenda has been approved. Moving on to the public hearings for agenda items 9 and 10. Before we proceed with this one, anybody who's going to speak on this matter, if you can please raise your right hand for me, please. And I'm not sure if anybody's doing it. Can you
Yes.
can you complete?
Yes, sir.
All right. I do. Any individual that's speaking on these two items, do you promise to tell the truth under penalty of perjury?
I do.
All right. I'll remind everyone, speaking on items 9 and 10, you are under oath.
Yes.
Approval, item number 9, approval of variance 260014, approval for a general warehouse bottling, packaging, processing, and tasting room, Borderland Imports, Rigo Montoya, located at 1900 Appaloosa, Suite A8, A9, and A10 in Sunland Park, New Mexico.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Mayor and members of the council. This is Hector Rangel. I'm going to bring you up to speed with where we are with this project. This application was submitted, and Ms. Montoya is going to go through the presentation. But in summary, this project was presented to Planning and Zoning. Planning and Zoning requested that before presenting to City Council that a few things will take place. Number one, that there would be a schedule for the different phasing of this project. This project, in essence, involves bringing in bulk spirits in about 55 gallon drums, be stored and be distributed to different locations, including El Paso and New Mexico, southern New Mexico, as far as we know. Eventually, that that bulk product will be opened and rebottling would take place, which is the reason why they're going through this process, because it would go in through or manufacturing. Manufacturing is currently not allowed in the entertainment district. It is not allowed in the entertainment district. As a third phase for this, there will be eventually a tasting room for the spirits. The spirits are agave spirits that will be coming from Mexico. and again, distributed here or be delivered in the entertainment district area, or you're gonna see the address and then moving out from there. So hence the reason why the planning and zoning wanted to know what was gonna be the economic impact for the city of Sunland Park. In your package, you have about a 30+ page study that was submitted. I find unfortunate to inform you that the revenues are not something that are truly representative, or there might be something as they are extremely low. So therefore, at this point, I would recommend that either that gets corrected by the applicant, or if this is the thing that the economic impact to the city of Sunland Park should not be considered during this process, as it is not, it does not have an economic impact, a significant economic impact. Additionally, there was a phasing. So the phasing for this 3 phases, it's throughout a 1-year process to go from cradle to the grave on the 3 phases that I mentioned to you. The last recommendation that we're asking for this project is having and storing this amount of product, agave flammable product, that that they make sure that they complied with CID and fire code. Those obviously will be contingent depending on the decision from this governing body tonight. With that, Ms. Montoya, if you can just go through the presentation briefly, and then we will open up for any questions. Thank you.
So again, the applicant is Sandra Montoya, City Planner. The applicant is requesting approval for a variance for the general warehousing, bottling, packaging, processing, and tasting room at 1900 Appaloosa. The application was received and accepted on February 13, 2026, and staff did not hold a DRT. We did hold several meetings with the applicant to discuss the project. The fire marshal did indicate that the applicant will need to submit a tenant improvement plan due to the change of use and will require New Mexico registered design professional to provide the plan set. The property is currently zoned C2. The warehouse bottling is not allowed in a C2, thus triggering the request for a variance. Letters were mailed out to the 200-foot buffer. This is the aerial view, the perspective view, and these are the plans. And the applicant's letter of statement. Public notice letters were mailed out. Madam Clerk, did we receive anything back?
No, ma'am.
We did not receive anything back, either in support or opposition to the request. Staff recommends denial due to the light manufacturing not being allowed in C2. If the variance is approved, the applicant must adhere to the conditions listed below. We stand before you for any questions.
All right, at this time, I would entertain a motion to approve with conditions.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve with conditions.
I have a motion on the floor made by Councilor Salmon, Councilor Jaramillo, second.
Yes.
All right. Discussion by the council. Now, a question on my end. There was a comment made about no significant economic impact. What is a significant economic impact?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and members of the council. So in evaluating the impacts that would be that would take under our facilities with 18-wheelers, service trucks coming in and out, the significant impact on GRTs a year are between $3,000 to $8,000 a year. What it is not clear and not disclosed is whether or not the point of sale will be taken in Sunland Park, and hence the reason why if so much product will be redistributed or distributed, hence the reason of the projected GRTs a year of $3,000 to $8,000 show that number. That is a concern to us again, because we not only would we be allowing something that is not permissible, we will be reintroducing heavy traffic to this location, even if it's once or twice or 3 times out of the week. The impact to that area supersedes essentially that impact, and there is nothing that the city can control at that point.
Now, my second question is, what space does the city have available for this type of use? Where does this zone across the city for this use?
For light industrial, right now will be outside of the city limits, or unless another parcel of land outside of the district, the entertainment district, could be leased or purchased or however in another location.
So currently, there is no place within the city for this type of business.
At this point, the answer is no.
Okay.
I have a question.
Councilor Mata.
Is the warehouse equipped with fire sprinkling system?
No.
And well, when this response was provided to us, and I think I saw Captain Shane there earlier, the response was that they were going to try to stay under the threshold, not to undergo the fire suppression system. Because we had another question which could not be answered because of that response is, does the building is equipped with a service line that can provide fire suppression if fire suppression was to be required? But because their objective is to stay under that threshold, whatever the threshold is, then they're going to the requirement for fire suppression will not take place. But again, I believe Mr. Shane is present.
But I mean, that's our obligation is not. The question before the council is not that issue. The question before the council is whether we want to permit that use in that space. I mean, we have listed in the conditions that they should meet state requirements for that type of business if allowed. I mean, is that correct?
The requirement from the city is if the building meets the requirement for that, and the response to that, Mayor and members of the council, is it does not, because it does not allow for light industrial.
Well, but the question is that building, if it's allowed, that building has to be used for it's brought up to code for use of that particular use.
That is one of the conditions that, as a condition, yes. Right now, as it is, the building does not meet that requirement. But to answer your question more directly is, we are not in charge of vertical inspections. Our jurisdiction is zoning, flooding, and fire code. So therefore, we are requiring, this is a requirement, that they must obtain a conditional approval letter from the fire, the FMO, and also complied with CID requirements. But their jurisdiction with their requirements. For us, the response to this, and the reason why we cannot support it is because it's simply against the ordinance.
Correct.
Mayor,
Councilor Haviland.
thank you. It goes against the ordinances. However, that is why variances exist, or the petition for variances. And at the end, it is at the discretion, or it's It is not discretion. It is under the CID who has authority to do vertical inspections. So in other words, this application for this business license, we cannot withhold that license on the basis of the fire suppression or the location because we don't do inspections. It's up to the state to prove or disapprove if they get approved or not, right? So I just want to throw that out there so that my fellow council members, we don't break the law when it comes to having people get licenses for something that does not pertain to us.
Yes, Mr. Mayor and Councilor Jaramillo, great observation. And as a point of correction, I would like to say that this is not for a license. This is, the request being submitted is for an exception to what is gonna be a self-inflicting, because it's not pre-existing conditions, in breaking a city ordinance. That is what it is. And just again, as a point of correction, we are not discussing a license. We're discussing, we're asking the governing body to make an exception for a self-inflicting damage or exception of an existing law, because the building does not have this current use. It is not an existing use. The second thing that I also, and thank you for bringing that up, vertical will be CID. However, I also want to make sure that I understood you correctly, because you would be correct, is that the requirement for fire, it is in the jurisdiction of the city of Sunland Park, not the CID. So thank you for correcting or for clarifying that, Councilor Jaramillo. Thank you.
Yes, but still, Mr. Angel, that wouldn't fall under the council. It would be for the fire to determine. So the council should not determine, take that authority to deny or to approve based on that. Just trying to clarify that.
The fire
Because
marshal.
we had in the past, we've had issues in the past for denying when it's not up to the city council because we are not CID or we are not fire.
Yes, no, the only point or the clarification is that if you recall, I said zoning, flooding, and fire are the only things that the city of Sunland Park has jurisdiction. This governing body has the responsibility, the moral responsibility, to make a decision based on the evidence that is presented. And again, what is being presented to you today is a variance that goes against the city council approved ordinance. Is an exemption to that it will be a self-inflicted at this point, which is by definition on the causes for variance. If the variance is approved, which is what this governing body has jurisdiction, does not mean that the building will or that the business will eventually, that's why I wanted to make the correction, the point of correction on the business registration does not mean that automatically gets a business registration, because they need to go through CID, which is in the state jurisdiction, and pass the fire code, which is in the city's jurisdiction. That would be to that process. Right now, what we're discussing is a variance, an exemption to a current approved city ordinance on a self-inflicting process that is being proposed.
I see Chief Shane there. Did you want to add anything to this, Chief? Fire Marshal, I'm sorry.
Mayor, City Council, I was going to let you know. So currently the use of the building is a business. It does not mean that it cannot change to manufacturing, storage, and the assembly use for the tasting room at some point. The biggest thing I want to get across to you all is it will meet code for this project. They're going to have a registered design professional design the building. I'll verify that it meets compliance with the code before I sign off on anything in order to get a conditional approval letter, which is authorized by our office. So I will not allow a project to go forward if it doesn't meet requirements. And I stand for any questions you may have.
Thank you, Chief. Appreciate it. And that I had a question in my mind and I just forgot it. No, when eventually I'll get to it. Any other questions by the council? All right, at this time, if there's anybody from the public who wishes to address the council, you have the opportunity to do so. There's 3 minutes per speaker on this matter.
No, sir.
All right. Seeing and hearing none, the public hearing portion of this matter is now closed. I did remember something. So the applicant is looking to add a tasting room to this facility. That is a function that would be part of the entertainment district, allowable within the entertainment district. Is that correct or false?
That would be correct.
Okay. So it's not just the manufacturing or the repackaging. There's an element that could become an attraction in the entertainment district. Is that correct?
Yes, and potentially it could be if this case would have been one that the tasting room was the main reason, or that there was not going to be other redistributing or repackaging, period. The issue here is the repackaging. Repackaging is the concern where it takes it to a different scenario. If they were to get this product bulk and just, serve it in their tasting room, it would be something that they would have just had gone through an SUP, not through a variance. They're going to be remanufacturing, redistributing the spirits to, again, El Paso and parts of New Mexico.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
That phase, also for clarification, like I said, it's the last phase. Their main, I guess, business model right now is essentially redistributing this product in the region.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Any other questions by the council? Did I hear somebody?
No, sir.
All right. Being that debate has been exhausted, let me go ahead and have a roll call vote on the matter, please.
Councilor Alberto Jaramillo.
Aye.
Councilor Mari Burciaga.
No.
Councilor Raúl Telles. Councilor Mili Sandoval.
Nay.
Councilor Armando Mata.
Aye.
Councilor Berta Salmón.
Aye.
All right. I believe the count is 3 ayes, 2 nays.
And 1 absentee.
1 absent. Unfortunately, the matter does not pass. This is a variance. It requires a majority of the governing body, and that consists of 4 votes in the affirmative to pass. So the motion fails. We'll go on to item number 10.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This next case, I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna give a quick introduction because there's next steps that are important for this governing body to know and that you will be seeing. So the location for this medical clinic that is being proposed, it's coming before you for a variance due to the fact that RCPUD, which is the zoning that this parcels of land are zoned do not allow for medical clinics. So we would like to, we're in the process of understanding the reason why that is not allowed on an RCPUD. Additionally, and because within the alignment of the comprehensive master plan, the city is going to undertake and coming back and proposing for this parcels of land and other parcels along McNutt Road to be changed from similar zoning to a C2 at a minimum, so they could avoid this. At this point, they have already arrangements and they to be set up, and the location that Ms. Montoya is going to go over. But in a synopsis, this was something that was zoned. We don't know with what intent, but the fact of the matter is that this is something that is hindering the economic development and growth from the area. So with that, Ms. Sandra, if you can go through the presentation, please.
Yes. So the applicant is requesting a variance to allow for the operation of a medical clinic at 1675 McNutt. The application was submitted on February 27th, and the fee was paid on February 27th, 2026. Public notice was posted and mailed out before March 10th, 2026. The property is currently zoned RCPUD. This is the aerial view, the perspective view, and the plans. And the applicant's letter of statement. Public letters were mailed out. Madam Clerk, did we receive anything back?
No, ma'am.
We did not receive anything either in support or opposition to the request. Staff recommends approval with conditions listed below. We stand before you with any questions.
At this time, I would entertain a motion to approve item number 10 with conditions.
Motion to approve item number 10 with conditions.
I have a motion on the floor made by Councilor Salmon to approve with conditions. The motion has been seconded by, was that Councilor Jaramillo?
Yes.
All right. Motion has been seconded. Discussion by the council? Now, a question on my end. The medical facilities are allowable in commercial in C2. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And RCPUDs allows for commercial developments. It's a mixed residential commercial plan unit development. So it does allow for commercial spaces.
Yes. The reason
but medical facilities are not necessarily included in that RCPUD zoning.
Correct. That would be correct, Mr. Mayor. What's interesting, and in contrast, there's other businesses, daycares, including restaurants, bars, that can be there, but for some reason, there's not a listing for medical facilities. So again, we're not going to spend a lot of time researching the reason. I know it was something that was approved in the last 5 years when this was adopted under a previous administration or management, rather. So what I would say is that in alignment, again, with the comprehensive master plan, McNutt Road should be our commercial, in essence, corridor. That's what that recommends. And when you have parcels of land that are either RCPUD or some residential, and you have that transition, once it gets established, then we can really, we can have a path moving forward and with that rezoning.
All right. Any questions by the council? Seeing and hearing none, the public hearing portion of this item is, we'll go ahead and start with that. If anybody from the public wishes to address this concern, you have the option to do so. 3 minutes per speaker on this matter. Anybody from the public?
No, sir.
All right, seeing and hearing none, the public hearing portion of this item is now closed. Back to the council, any final questions? Seeing and hearing none, then we have a roll call vote on the matter, please.
Councilor Armando Mata,
Aye.
Councilor Berta Salmon,
Aye.
Councilor Maria Burciaga,
Aye.
Councilor Alberto Jaramillo,
Yes.
Councilor Raúl Telles, Councilor Emily Sandoval.
Aye.
Motion carries, sir.
Motion carries unanimously. Item number 10 has been approved. And I don't think I read the item. Let me go back to the agenda just for the record. Item 10 is approval variance 26020, approval for medical clinic, Sunrise New York Behavioral LLC, Robert Olson, located at 1675 McNutt Suite 4A in Sunland Park, New Mexico. With that, we will go on to the next item on the agenda, City Manager's Report.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. As part of the city manager's report today, we do have Mr. Tommy Trujillo with New Mexico Gas, who will be presenting. I'm going to ask him to step to the podium and introduce his team this evening for a presentation. Or Carrie, and I'm sorry, Carrie, what's your last name again? Carrie Salas. Carrie, would you come up to the podium and introduce your team here today? And they're going to give a brief presentation about a new efficiency program, and I encourage the council to ask as many questions as you deem appropriate. Carrie?
Mayor, councilors, thank you for having us today and allowing us a few minutes to speak. My name is Carrie Salas, and I am the Director of Energy Efficiency for New Mexico Gas Company. I have with me today my colleague, Tommy Trujillo, as well as the President of Energy Works, Doug Campion, who administers some of our energy efficiency services for our customers. A little bit about New Mexico Gas Company. We have 540,000 residential customers in the state of New Mexico, 40,000 commercial customers, and over 740 employees. Our service territory spans all the way north to Farmington and south down to here in Sunland Park. We have over 4,200 square miles of service territory and over 1,600 miles a pipeline. So some of the energy efficiency services that we provide to our customers or our residential customer include things like rebates. So if our residential customers decide to purchase energy efficient appliances such as a furnace or a water heater, we have rebates to provide those customers. We also offer free energy and water savings kits to all of our customers, as well as home energy reports. And we also offer a no-cost home energy services from Energy Works, which Doug is here to talk about today. We were actually fortunate enough, Energy Works was out at your senior center today and was fortunate enough to get some local community members signed up, but Doug will give you a little bit more info on that.
Got to come up a little bit. So, always go to their website. They have so many great programs. So, you can get more information about this. You can sign up for a kit. You can learn more about their upcoming programs. But I'm Doug with Energy Works, and I'll introduce Joanne from my team, Joanne Garcia. We've had the privilege of working in southern New Mexico, including Sunland Park, over the last 15 years. We've done a lot of work in the community on behalf of El Paso Electric. But recently, Carrie commitment and new investment in energy for their customers. And so we wanted to come right back to Sunland Park, a community that has been so good to us and allowed us to work with our neighbors and friends here in Sunland Park over the last 15 years. So through the New Mexico Gas program, we're able to provide no-cost services to their customers. What this includes all kinds.
Speak into the mic, they can't hear you.
I'm so loud. Okay, sorry. I'll have to raise the mic, so not as high as Dennis does, but almost. Okay. Is that better? Okay, should I start over? Just carry through. Okay, if they missed it, they can ask the questions. That's awesome. Quick version is thank you all for having us in Sunland Park for the last 15 years. It's been a privilege working in the community. We're really excited about the New Mexico Gas energy efficiency programs and its expanded offerings. To kind of give you guys an idea, we go out to a home and we try to identify ways that they can save money on their natural gas bill. In this picture here, we're doing some advanced diagnostic testing. Retail value of that is probably $1,800. It's included at no cost for New Mexico Gas customers. Then if you switch over to the next slide, gives you a list of the services that we provide. So we've got that energy assessment, a safety inspection. We're installing carbon monoxide detectors in people's homes, high efficiency shower heads and aerators. We're insulating their water heaters. We're installing weather stripping and door sweeps, programmable or smart thermostats. In cases where we can reach the attic, we're installing new insulation. So this can be thousands of dollars in home energy efficiency upgrades to homes, and it's provided at no cost to qualified customers of New Mexico Gas. So we're really excited about this expanded offering in the community. As Carrie mentioned, we were at the Senior Center today. It was so neat that the presentation was there. Exceptional facility. We signed up 25 folks. Unfortunately, I didn't have time to play Loteria, which I'm really good at. But I'm going to come back and we'll do it again. So any questions about Energy Works or the program or our work in the community?
I do have one.
Sure.
Mayor, if I may, I'm sorry. I know I'm not the council, but
Go
I
ahead,
have one.
man.
No, go right ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm completely here as an advisory role, but I want to speak more to a new design. You were talking about looking at the senior center, and I didn't have. Thank you for sending the presentation. I did not dive into the details, but one of the things that we've been doing is sending the new designs or expansions on the El Paso Electric side to look for energy efficient fixtures. Is there an opportunity to do the same here if we're working on a new facility and have you guys look at it? And who would be the point of contact in that case?
Absolutely, Carrie or Tommy.
So Carrie,
Yeah.
I'll grab your card before you leave, and we'll schedule a time to just kind of bring you up to speed on some of the projects. We certainly want to integrate that early in all these new facilities. Thank you.
Question. What is the process to see if people qualify or not?
So really there's two qualifications. One is to be a New Mexico Gas customer. And then the second is it's an income qualification based on 200% of federal poverty income guideline. But we're also working to include all of the homes in Sunland Park for that because the entire census area, as we learned in the first presentation, qualifies with a high rate of poverty. So they can contact New Mexico Gas and they'll refer them to us, or you can contact us and our team. Our contact information is here. And if it's okay, I've got some great program information. I'll bring it up to you counselors. So you'll have copies of it for you.
And even if you don't qualify, can you still?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for coming out. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Manya, did you have anything else in your report?
Mr. Mayor, unless this governing body wishes me to speak, I was going to reserve the time. I'll just email it to you since we have the ongoing NMED meeting.
That works. Let's see if we can get out there tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And any council members, not trying to skip anything. If you have questions, let me know. You'll get a copy of the presentation from our clerk. Thank you.
All right. From here, Mayor's report, I don't have much report other than my apologies that I couldn't be there today. I'm in Washington, D.C. We're presenting before federal agencies our Sunland Park Port of Entry project. So I'll be there later this week. Thank you all for your attendance tonight. And I hope you all have a great evening. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you all. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Mayor, can you say that time, please? 6:43 p.m.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you, sir.